What's up, YouTube? So today I want to get into why I think P. Diddy just made a big game changer move. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not condoning anything or any wrongdoing that P. Diddy may have done, but I just want to look at this whole court presiding objectively, and just like I did with YMW Melly when it first started, and I will continue reporting on that. But I also wanted to stay on top of what's going on with this P. Diddy trial, my predictions, what I think will most likely expect in terms of the public and displays and all whatnot. I just kind of wanted to dive into it because I think it's a very interesting topic. But nonetheless, I think that the biggest game changer that he's made as of April, when he fired his previous lawyer, we heard that in the headlines, but we never heard about who he replaced him with. Well, I was very shocked to see the other day when I was watching Law and Criminals, and I saw the pictures of all the people representing him. And I believe that I recognized two faces. One was Brian Steele, and the other, I believe, was also an assistant in the trial, along with Brian Steele in the Young Thug RICO. So what that tells me is that P. Diddy just got himself a dog. Brian Steele is a very acclimated lawyer, graduated from the University of Michigan, 1987. This guy has represented lawyers, judges, attorneys, doctors, as well as high-profile entertainers. So this man is a straight-up dog. He is not to be played with. That's why I kind of wanted to highlight that, because I don't think anybody's talking about this. And I think that it deserves to be talked about. It's like the trade that happened between the Mavs and the Lakers, with Doncha Luka, I believe his name, and Anthony Davis. It's like that trade. It's that big, and it happened like overnight, on a day in May, or on a night in April. So we got to be aware of these kind of changes that are happening in the backgrounds, because a lot of times the media will highlight all the new accusations and all the, all these high points, who knew Diddy, who was there, who might have been at the parties. But we're past that now. We're at the trial. So now we get to hear some facts. And not only that, we get to hear people speak and deliberate in this trial, in his defense as well as against him. And Brian Steele is someone you want on your side. He's the guy that said he would spend a weekend in jail if he had to, and would do it without any problem, without blinking, if he had to, with his defendant. And that, to me, is something I've never seen a lawyer do. I think that Brian Steele is something that is a person who's very legendary in this culture, and I think in this trial we'll see some of those legendary moments, because Brian Steele works miracles in the courts in terms of bringing up mistakes. He's strategic and very savvy at breaking down evidence, and man, I just can't wait to see this guy at work. So again, I'm not saying, oh, P. Diddy's gonna win because of this, because that would be stupid for me to say. Nor am I picking sides at all. What I will say is, I do think that a lot of people's business will be exposed in this trial. I believe that Cassie says that she's going to get on the stand, and so with that, I believe that a lot of their marriage, the inner workings of it, the people he worked with, I believe it will get very messy. But when all the mess is done, you still have to have a co-defendant in a RICO. which we still don't know of. We know the possible assistant, and we know the possible the guy who got caught with the drugs on the plane at the airport, former basketball player, etc. We don't know if he's talking and cooperating, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. All I'm saying is that they don't have a co-defendant listed at the moment, which is very hard for you to get a RICO if you don't have anybody who's conspirating along with you. So I think we should definitely wait and see after they pick these jurors. A lot of drama there, again, with the media highlights, but I'm more focused on who's putting their pieces together and how they're piecing them together. I believe they said that the prosecutor's office put up a team of lawyers who were all women, I believe white women. Please don't quote me on that, but I remember hearing something of the sort. So I think it's very interesting. While P. Diddy has a very mixed class of lawyers, white, black, Hispanic, you know, male, female, P. Diddy is throwing everything at the wall at this moment, and he knows he has his life on the line. They quoted him saying that he was nervous during the jury selection. So this is a big deal. And I think that Brian Still being on his team is probably one of the best moves he could have made. After seeing the trial with Thugger, we know that Thugger could have walked without ever making the plea, but he wanted to come home. He had already been in jail for at least, I want to say, a couple years to 4 years or something like that. At least it seemed like that. If it's been a year, damn, it just seemed like that trial was never gonna end. But anyway, please comment, like, and subscribe. What you think I should talk about going forward, besides the Diddy trial, or cover, because guys, I'm here to make this channel as entertaining as possible for you guys. So let me be your, navigator with this. That's why I call this the Noel narrative, because let me narrate this for you guys and break it down, because I'm more than glad to do it. I love doing it. I've been off a couple days doing some work. Of course, you got to get this money. You got to get back to the money whenever the money's there. So of course, if I miss some days, please don't hound me for it. I'm a new YouTuber. Let's get these likes and let's get these subscribes up, and maybe I could do more of these videos and knock these things out the park for you guys. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Again, I can't repeat that enough. Love you guys. Love all my new subscribers, my supporters. Stay up and stay tuned. TNN, we out.